Welcome back to another episode of Ins and Outs. For those of you following at home, today we are going to go through Genesis chapter 26 to 30. And for the audience at home as well as for our contestants, here's how it works. So we have 5 categories. Each category has 5 different questions, each worth a different value, from 100 points to 500 points. The contestant with the most points at the end of the game is the winner. So, contestants, please remember that I'm giving you the clue and you must answer with the question. If you have the correct answer and you don't answer in the question format, I'm going to have to say it's wrong. So just remember to do that. And now to meet our contestants. So first up we have Ramonda. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good. Are you excited for this?
I am, very much so.
Okay. You think you're going to beat out these other two?
I don't know, but may the best woman win.
Okay. All right. Well, that takes us to the next contestant. Jen, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good. Is that a short form for a longer name, or is that your full name?
No, that's my full name.
That is your full name. Okay, cool. So 3 letters.
And we'll see about the,
right, okay.
the comment there.
We're friends, that's why I can say that.
Yeah, and our last contestant is Barbara. Barbara, how are you?
Good, Nina, how are you?
I'm good. You look like you are the youngest out of these.
I am.
Do you think age is going to play a factor here?
No, it's just a number. I'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Okay, so those are the 3 lovely contestants, and now we begin the game. So I'm going to take you through the categories. We have 5 different categories. The first being struggle, struggle. Don't fear, for I'm with you. Between earth and heaven. Orthodoxy, oh orthodoxy. Same measure. And those are our 5 categories. So we're going to begin. We have a predetermined person of who's going to start. And so, Jan, you're going to start for us. So you can pick any category on there and any point.
Okay, so orthodoxy for 100.
Orthodoxy or orthodoxy for 100. Okay. Oh, and right now we have a twofold. So I'm going to explain what the twofold is. Usually the twofold comes later in the game when we have points. And so the person can wager as many points as they have. And if they get it correct, they get the same amount of points added to them. And if they get it wrong, they get it deducted. But because we're starting off from 0, what we're going to do is if you get this right, you're going to get up to the 100 points. If you get it wrong, you're going to go down to negative 100. And so Jan is the only one that can answer this question just because it is a twofold. And so, Jan, would you like to go for it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so here's the question. Orthodoxy or orthodoxy for 100. First church in history. Listen to what Jacob said. How awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. The Hebrew name, please.
What is Bethel?
What is Bethel? And that is correct. Okay, so we have a successful first attempt by Jan, who's leading the way with 100 points. So Jan, take us to our next category.
Let's do orthodoxy for 200.
Orthodoxy for 200. To anoint the pillar, Jacob needed this. Have you recently seen the consecration of a church? Okay, Ramonda.
What is oil?
What is oil? That is correct. So Ramonda for 200. Okay, Ramonda, take us to our next question.
Between earth and heaven, 100.
Between earth and heaven, 100. We don't know if Esau would ever eat this again. It would have brought back bad memories. Jan.
What is porridge?
What is porridge? That is incorrect. So, okay, Barbara?
What is a stew?
What is a stew? That is correct. Okay, lentil stew to be specific, but judges say it's good. Okay, Barbara, take us to our next question.
I'll go for between heaven and earth for 200.
Between heaven and earth for 200. Most importantly, my son Jacob, don't take for yourself a wife from these, thus said Rebekah. Jen?
What are the Canaanites?
What are the Canaanites? That is correct. Okay. So Jen for 200. And just a quick score recap here. So we have Ramonda at 200 points. Jen at 500, or 300 it seems. and Barbara at 100. Okay? So, Jan, take us to our next question, please.
Orthodoxy, orthodoxy for 300.
All right, he's sticking with orthodoxy, orthodoxy for 300. Not only pillars, but humans too are consecrated in this church sacrament. Okay, we have a little stumble here. Let's give it another chance. I'll read it again. Not only pillars, but humans too are consecrated in this church sacrament. Jan?
What is holy matrimony?
What is holy matrimony? That is incorrect. Barbara, was that you to answer the question? Yes.
What is baptism?
What is baptism? That is correct. Okay, there you go. Chrismation or confirmation, which comes after baptism, I believe. So, Barbara, take us to our next question, please.
I'll go for struggle, struggle for 100.
Struggle, struggle for 100. This natural disaster hit our father Isaac as it did with his father Abraham. Okay, we're going to give it to Ramonda, but I'm just going to remind you contestants that you must buzz in after I finish reading the question. Okay, Ramonda, go ahead.
Sorry.
It's
What is
okay.
what is a famine?
What is a famine? That is correct. Okay. All right, Ramonda, our next question, please.
Let's go back to between earth and heaven for 300.
Back to between earth and heaven for 300. Okay. As if two were not enough, this was Esau's third wife. Ramonda.
Who is Ishmael's daughter?
Who is Ishmael's daughter? Okay. Do you have her? Okay, we're going to give it to you. The name is Mahalat, but yes, that was the correct daughter. Okay. Ramonda?
Between earth and heaven for 400.
Between earth and heaven for 400. Finishing up this category almost. Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. Jacob said after seeing this in a dream. Jan.
What is a ladder up to heaven?
What is a ladder up to heaven? That is correct. Okay. And with this big 400, another score recap for those of you watching at home. Ramonda sits at 600. Jan sits at 700. And Barbara at 400. So we have a pretty good game going on right here. And we're going to keep going with Jan. Our next question, please.
Same measure for 100.
Same measure for 100. Until now, this category has been untouched. So here we go. As he deceived his father, so did he to Jacob. It's the same measure. Ramonda?
Who is Laban?
Who is Laban? That is correct. Who is Uncle Laban? Okay. And so...
let's go for between earth and heaven for 500.
And so we're going to go for between earth and heaven. Finish it off with 500. And in you and in your seed, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. This happened in the fullness of time. Okay, Jan's going to take a stab at it.
What is the incarnation?
What is the incarnation? That is correct for 500. Okay. Jan, take us away.
Orthodoxy, orthodoxy for 400.
Orthodoxy or orthodoxy for 400. Here we go. In his vow to the Lord, Jacob promises that the pillar shall become this. Ramonda.
An altar or church?
An altar or church. Okay, what is an altar or a church? All right. Please remember to answer in the form of a question. Okay. Ramonda, take us away.
Orthodoxy or orthodoxy for 500.
Orthodoxy or orthodoxy for 500. Finishing up also this category. You don't need a vow to give the Lord this percentage of your earnings as Jacob did. Okay, Ramonda.
What is tithing?
What is tithing or tithes? Yes. Yes.
What is it?
The 10th. Okay. Ramonda, our next category.
Let's go for same measure for 200.
Same measure for 200. Okay. Every human has a stone to move, and God will do the rest. Remember him, a New Testament character. Jan?
What is Kepha?
Who is
Kepha?
Who is Kepha? No, that is incorrect, unfortunately. Our other two contestants can answer this if they would like. Okay, looks like we're going to move on. The correct answer is, who is Lazarus? Yes, and it looks like our contestants knew that. Okay, so just another quick point recap because we finished off two of our categories. So Ramonda, 1,600. Jan sits at 1,200. And Barbara is a little far behind at 400. But maybe she'll catch up after this break. So catch us for the remaining of this game after this break. We'll see you then. All right, welcome back to this lovely episode of Ins and Outs. We've finished off 2 categories here between Earth and Heaven and Orthodoxy or Orthodoxy. Before we left, we said that Ramonda was in the lead and Jan's following closely behind, and Barbara is a little further behind with 400. But now we continue on with this lovely game. So Ramonda, take us away to our next question.
Okay, so let's go for same measure for 300.
Same measure for 300. Laban was her brother, a well-known Old Testament character. Okay, I'm going to give it to Jan, I think, because you buzzed in a little too early, Ramondo, so we're going to give it to Jan here. Go ahead, Jan.
Who is Rachel?
Who is Rachel? That is incorrect. So, Barbara, go ahead.
Who is Rebecca?
Who is Rebecca? That is correct. Okay. Barbara, take us to our next question, please.
I'll take struggle for 200.
Struggle for 200. It is too late to be upset. God asked our father Isaac not to go to this country. Barbara.
What is Egypt?
What is Egypt? That is correct. And Barbara's coming up with a bit of a lead here, momentum. Barbara, take us to our next question, please.
I'll take struggle for 300.
Struggle for 300. White lies, black lies, call it whatever color. Isaac claimed falsely that she was his sister. Ramonda?
Who is Rebecca?
Who is Rebecca? That is correct. Okay. And please, our next question.
Struggle for 400.
We're going to stick with struggle, and for 400. Never stop digging even if the devil fills it up with earth as the Philistines filled this when envied by Isaac. Okay, Ramonda, go ahead.
What is a well?
What is a well? That is correct. Okay. Ramonda, go ahead.
Let's go for struggle for 500.
Struggle, finishing off the category for 500. Oh, and we have a twofold. Okay, so as I previously explained, Ramonda can now wager up to as much as she has. If she gets it correct, she gets that same amount of points added on. If she gets it incorrect, she loses all the points that she wagers. So before you see the question, Ramonda, how much are you going to wager here? You have 2,300 points, Jan has 700, and Barbara has now 900, so you are in quite a bit of a lead here.
I'm not a risk taker.
No, it's not a risk taker. Okay, so what does that mean?
So I'm good at 500.
500, okay, for not a risk taker, 500. Okay, and let's see the question. Spiritual struggle is always rewarded. Ask our father Isaac about the name of his third water well. So no one can answer this but Ramonda. If she gets it wrong, we move on.
What is room? That's the name in English, the translation. I don't remember the name of.
Okay, what is room? Okay, so we're going to see if
because it was roomy.
Okay, so we're going to see if we give this to her. And our judges are going to say no. It is actually what is Ravuth.
We don't have a chance?
In English?
So,
Honestly.
yes. No, unfortunately, the other contestants don't have a chance when it comes to the twofold. So we're going to have to move on. So Ramonda loses 500 points out on that one. Ramonda, take us to our next question, please.
Let's go for same measure for 400.
Same measure for 400. Okay. Men, aren't we lucky? We don't have to work these many years to get married as Jacob did with Rachel. Ramonda?
What is 7 years?
What is 7 years? That is incorrect. Okay, Jan?
What is 14?
What is 14 years? That is correct for a big 400
Rachel.
points.
Yeah.
And right now, no one has touched Don't Fear for I Am With You, but we'll see if Jan changes that.
Don't fear if I'm with you for 100.
There we go. Okay, for 100 points. You should know by now that beer in Hebrew means this. No alcohol involved. Jan?
What is a well?
What is a well? That is correct. Okay. And Jan, take us away.
Don't fear if I'm with you for 200.
Don't fear for I am with you for 200. Moving on in the category. This was where our father Isaac built the first altar. Jan.
What is Beersheba?
What is Beersheba? Okay. Correct. On a roll with Jan.
Don't fear if I'm with you for 300.
For 300 now. Okay. Rebecca had to cover Jacob with these in order to deceive Isaac, his father. Barbara?
What is sheepskin?
What is sheepskin? That is correct. Okay. Barbara?
I'll go for Don't Fear For I'm With You 400.
Don't fear, for I am with you for 400. The voice is blank voice, but the hands are in the hands of Isu. Doesn't this remind you of the incarnation? So we're looking for a blank name here. Barbara?
What is the voice of Jacob?
What is the voice of Jacob? That is correct. Okay, and it seems like Jan and Barbara have taken over here, so we're going to have a quick point recap before we go on to our final 2 questions before the final finale. And so we have Ramonda sitting at 1,400, Jan sitting at 1,400, and Barbara has taken the lead with 1,600, so it's a very exciting game here. Moving on to our final 2 questions before the finale. Okay, so Barbara, take us away.
I'll go for Don't Fear For I'm With You 500.
Don't fear, for I am with you for 500. No wonder his name is Jacob. He took these 2 away from his brother Isu. Okay, Barbara.
What is the birthright?
What is the birthright? Okay.
And what
Yes.
is he took away the birthright and the blessing.
What is the birthright and the blessing? That is correct. Okay, there we go. Okay, and Barbara, we have 1 option left. Same measure from 500, so here we go. Wow, it was not Isu, but Jacob. Now it was not Rachel, but her. Same measure, eh? Okay, Jen.
What is Leah?
What is Leah? That is correct. Okay, and now we have finished off all our final categories. And before we go on break, I'm going to show the contestants the finale question, just the category of it. And so for this question, they can wager as much up to as they have, and we decide a winner after that. So before we go on break, here's the category. The 12 tribes of Israel. So please, contestants, write down how much you're going to wager for this final question, and we'll see you after break. All right, welcome back to the finale of this lovely competitive episode that we have going on here. So before we went on break, I showed the final category, which is the 12 tribes of Israel. So now, contestants, I'm going to give you the question, okay? The clue, and here we go. This tribe has not been mentioned in the book of Revelation. Some church fathers claim that the Antichrist might come. Okay, and please finish up. Okay, and it looks like our contestants have finished up. So, contestants, the answer we are looking for is coming up right now. It's what is the tribe of Dan? What is the tribe of Dan? Don't look like happy faces there. So we're gonna go to Ramonda. So Ramonda, please show us your answer first.
It's wrong.
What is Reuben, which is wrong, or Ruben? And how much did you wager?
I decided to go big.
The non-risk taker decided to go with all that she has.
Woo! Yes!
So that takes her down to 0 for those of you who are mathematicians at home. Okay, Jen, please show us your answer.
Thought, who is Benjamin?
Who is Benjamin, which is also incorrect. And how much did you wager?
Also 1,400.
Also 1,400. Okay, but that takes Jan down to 500, so he's actually in the lead right now. And finally, Barbara, so please show us your answer.
I scribbled it out.
You scribbled it out.
Yeah, so I didn't have an answer, but...
Okay, so no answer, which is obviously incorrect.
Nice.
But you wagered 500, so that leaves Barbara at 1,100. Oh, or 1,600. So congratulations to Barbara. She's the winner of this chapter, Genesis 16 to 26 to 30, and. Congratulations to Barbara, our other contestants. Congratulations, and better luck next time. So please join us on our next episode of Genesis chapters 31 to 35. And we'll see you next time on Ins and Outs.